I'm going to be doing Halloweek this year, so welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to create Johnny Canuck costume. I did it in face paint and construction paper, so it was super easy to create. Johnny Canuck, if you don't know, is a character from the Vancouver Canucks NHL organization. I used these face paints. I don't recommend them, but that's all I had. I used synthetic paintbrushes also. I got my inspo from Luongo's 2013 mask. It represented Johnny Canuck in a different way with the big mustache and checkered too. Plus the beard and mustache are not regularly blue, so I thought that was interesting. To start, I mapped everything out with a cream or white eyeliner pencil, colored in the beard and mustache in deep blue. Later, I covered up the toque anyways, so just skip that part. I traced out the brows with a black eyeliner and painted them in dark blue. The mustache is curved around the nose and flares out to a point by the cheekbone. It's so big I decided to cover my mouth with it anyways, not to leave my mouth in there because it wouldn't be as big. The beard goes down straight from above the ear and down, and it curves into a straight diagonal line to the chin, and the beard ends in a sharp point at the middle of it or at the center of the chin. To add dimension, I put black flicks into the beard and copied that with an aqua blue above it to add like a highlight and shadow. With the mustache, I added black bigger strokes from the center point of the mustache where the mouth is, then added small strokes within and along the bottom for some shadowing. Blend in aqua color to highlight, so I blended it with the dark blue shade. That's pretty much all I did. Then just put on some plaits, suspenders, jeans, work boots, and a toque, and you're almost Johnny. I wore a navy blue toque and rolled the rim up. I wish I had a pom-pom though. I didn't have black suspenders, so I turned over some colored ones I had, and I covered what was showing in black tape. I wore blue plaid instead of red, for example, because the Canucks don't have red in their uniform, so it wouldn't really make sense. But any plaid does work if you don't have specifically blue or green, like any plaid to make you look like you're from the woods. Also, you gotta wear some jeans, some dark blue ones for a rugged and working man look. And I rolled up my sleeves to add another touch of a hard worker type of feel. And for a bonus, carry a hatchet or an axe if where you're going allows it though. Like, don't bring it if you're going into a school or something. Or you could just buy a plastic one, you know. As an alternative to having a hatchet would be to wear some hockey gloves and a stick to embody the Johnny Canuck logo, so it'd be a lot more hockey themed than just Johnny themed. If you want to be more obvious, tape a Canucks logo to your shirt or toque so people can stop asking you who the heck you are. Now go cut a tree or pick a fight with someone, I don't know. So now here is the cheap and easy version that is more based on the cartoon logo. I'm going to be basing this type of look off of this picture, so I'm going to have the more cartoony kind of look with the different features. So this is what I'm basing my face off of. As you saw in the picture, he has a thick kind of beard here, and then it gets to a point, and then it goes thicker, and then comes to a point again by the chin, and then it has kind of a mustache, kind of oddly shaped mustache. It goes right here and comes to a point. Thick eyebrows, there's a little bit of a tail, and that's pretty much it for the face features. So we're going to do all of that out of construction paper, so it's going to be a little bit easier if you don't know how to do face paint or anything like that. And it's really cheap this way. So I'm just going to start off with a bare face, as you can tell. Off the picture it has dark blue slash kind of a black shade, so of coloring for the beard and mustache. So you could use black or you could use the blue. This is the construction paper blue that I only have, and I feel like it's a little bit too light. So I'm just going to go with black. So I'm just going to go with this black. So just referencing back to the picture again, you're just going to measure out along your jawline how thick you want everything to be. Just get all the measurements and then just put them onto the construction paper and then cut everything out. So I have my ruler here. So he's starting above the ear. So if you wanted a beard to start up here, you totally can, or a little bit below. I'm probably just going to start where my glasses are. So around here. So I'm just going to measure this past my jawline because I want a little bit of overhang. So I'm going to take about like this measurement right there. What is that? 8.5 centimeters. So I have 8.5 centimeters, and then where you want the curve to go into the chin beard area. So you got all the way down to about here. So I think I want this thick of a strap right here. So I'm going to go around this to start the curve in the beard. So about right here, I want the curve to start. So you take that measurement, take away the 8.5, so that's 3.5 centimeters. And then where you want the curve to start, about here, and it's going at a diagonal to your chin. So it's about 3.5 centimeters width. So 3.5 centimeters width here and 3.5 centimeters width here, pretty much. So that's how far width you want it to be. So now you're going to go from here and go to your chin where you want it to stop. So that's about 7 centimeters. So now for the mustache, you just want to start right above your lip. So you don't want to measure all the way to where your beard was. And if you can't remember, you have it written down. It's 3.5 centimeters of width. So right here. So you probably want the mustache to stop about right there. So that is 5 centimeters. And then you can guesstimate how much you want the little curve to be or whatnot. And then for thickness, about 1.5 centimeters. So you have your 1.5 centimeters and then it's going up to here. And then when you're just drawing it, you can flick it upward so it goes to a point. And then now for the brows. So you want them pretty stark or straight. So I want mine to start and stop about right here. Was that 4 or 5 centimeters? I'm gonna go 4.5. And then for how thick I want it, thinking about like that thick, I'll do 1 to 1.5 centimeters thick, 1.5 centimeter long tail, or you can just guesstimate. And so that's pretty much it. You just go to your construction paper now and then draw it all out. So I have all my measurements on my notes in my phone. I have a ruler, pencil, scissors, black construction paper, and a mirror. So depending how big your face is, what size of face you are, it may not work to just do one cut. You may have to do each side of your face 2 different cuts if they can't reach with just standard size of construction paper. But it will for me, so I'm going to fold it in half so I only have to cut it once. So what I'm going to do first is the beard. So you want the chin to end up over here. So it's 7 centimeters to the curve, so I'm going to start it at an angle. So I could probably take this corner right here. So just look at your face again and make sure you have the angle that you want. So then I'm just going to go with my pencil along the ruler. So that's where the curve happens, right there. And I'm just going to go all the way so I have a straight line. 3.5 centimeters thick. So that's up here. So you want to be parallel to this side as best as possible. So now I'm just going to go to the 7 centimeters, which is where my beard starts to curve. So right there. And then just look at your reference picture again. And you see that it curves like so. There, so I have my curve in there now, if you can see it. So 8.5 centimeters is from where I wanted to start by my ear, past my chin. So I'm just going to take the curved line all the way up to 8.5 centimeters. And then, so from here, I wanted this to be 3.5 width. So right about here. And just parallel to this line, I'm going to bring it down and meet this bottom beard line. And it's going to be at a sharp angle at the bottom here. There, so I have my beard potentially. So there you go, that's what it looks like. So there's the point of my chin to the back of my jaw up to my ear. Now for the mustache, it's going to be 5 centimeters long, so I'm just going to do it up here. And looking at my picture again, so it's not quite at an angle very much, but just at a little bit of an angle. So 5 centimeters, and then there's a little bit of a point right here, and it goes up maybe about that much. And it is 1.5 centimeters thick, so right here. And a parallel line. And if I look at my picture again, it kind of goes down and then it curves up to a point and then meets that. So this is just some scribbles where you can obviously cut out and use the opposite side. So I come straight, but then I dip down just a little bit so it's not as straight, come to a point, and then it goes back that way. And then you could round this little part just a little bit where it meets at the cupid's bow. And now for the eyebrows. So I want my brow to be 4.5 centimeters long. So, and this is just straight. And then you can obviously tilt them when they're on your face. So 4.5 and 1 to 1.5 centimeters thick. So I'm just gonna go in between that. And then it kind of has just a straight down angle for the tail. And it meets up. So it kind of looks like that. And then you can round this corner a little bit if you would like, and whatever else. So now I'm going to cut all these shapes out.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. We're so sorry, skeleton.
Now I'm just going to use masking tape, but use whatever tape you want to use. And also erase any pencil markings that you may not want to see in the final look, or you could just flip it around too. So like before we cut it like this, we have pencil markings on here, so you just flip it around and then it's a clean slate. So just to give you an idea of what you want to cut, you can make these sideburns, I couldn't think of the word before, sideburns a little bit thinner if you would like, personal preference. So I'm just going to double these tapes up, so just make them into like a little double-sidedness. So now I'm just going to look at my mirror, and this is what it should look like, you know, just tape it on. So once you think you have it centered, just start pressing it down. Anywhere where you think you might need some more tape, just put that down. So now for the eyebrows. So I'm just going to make smaller pieces of tape. So like that. Looks pretty good. So make sure they're about the same width apart, and the height is about the same, but it doesn't have to be perfect whatsoever. And now for the mustache. Whoops, upside down. So make sure you have it in the middle, right underneath your nose, and just place it on. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the face features. If you want to be total cartoony, you could put little black circles or eyes right on your eyelids, or you could do with makeup so when you close your eyes it becomes a full circle, or you could just leave it like this. So now I'm going to put on the rest of the costume and I'll be right back. So this is it. I'm Johnny Canuck, can you tell? So I hid all my hair into my toque here, this kind of navy blue toque. I pulled up the rim, if you can see. I have on this blue plaid shirt. You could wear any plaid, it would work because he's a lumberjack. And then if you have suspenders, and then for final touch, you can either have a hatchet if it's if you're allowed to wherever you're going, or you can have like a fake type of axe over your shoulder, or you could just have some hockey gloves and a stick, and then just pose for whoever's wondering who you are and just say, "We are all Canucks," or whatever he says. So I got my gloves on. I'm ready to punch someone in the face who's gonna try and beat us. So do I look similar at all? And also, he usually has his sleeves rolled up because he's been working hard in the forest or whatever. So just make sure you had that little detail as well. Wear a Canucks jersey and then just have some gloves, and then you'll look more like Johnny Canuck if some people don't understand who that character is. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me on Halloweek. Stay tuned for everything else coming very shortly. And thank you guys for watching. Happy Halloween!
And go Canucks, go!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.